Dale Brugman would like to be your congressman for District 15, Texas, hoping to replace current Congressman Ruben Hinojosa. Dale, I hope I said your last name correctly. Did I?
First of all, good morning there, Mr. Sanchez, and you're close. Actually, the pronunciation is Briggerman.
Briggerman, sorry.
In German, the U is like an I, or at least that's what they tell me.
All right. Okay, so why are you running for Congress? Why would you like to be the congressman?
Well, it's a good question. I get that question a lot, and probably up until about a year ago, I had never thought about running for anything. And I just finally got into a place in my life where getting my children through college and things like that, and I'm a small businessman, been in the same business for a number of years. And
what do you sell, brother? What do you sell?
Well, we have a family business here. We make pressure-sensitive labels. I sell quite a few of them in the Valley, in fact. A good example would be if you go to your favorite supermarket, you pick up a watermelon, you see a label on it.
Okay.
We probably made it.
Oh, I see.
So, at any rate, just by virtue of being in business a long time and getting into a position where most people nowadays seem to work harder and longer hours and yet make less money than they did 5, 10, 15 years ago. And I just see the country going away from a lot of the values that made this country really great. And of course, I think like most Americans, we're worried about our future generations. I just felt like, we need to get some common sense up in the Washington area, and I don't think there's a lot of that up there. And maybe it's time to get somebody that, okay, they're not a politician, but maybe they got some good ideas. Let's put them up there and let's see what can be done. I can't see where it'd be any worse.
Okay. Well, let's go back to what you do for a living. How many years have you been in business?
28 years.
Well, same business, huh? The label
same
business. Okay. Did you inherit this business or did you start it up?
No, I started with my father many years ago, and
okay.
After high school, I went with him. We were like traveling salesmen doing labels at that time.
Cool.
It was a lot different business at that time. But come to Texas in '82. My uncle was already here in Seguin, and got together down here with him for a little while. But then me and my dad decided to start this label business again. But this time we went into the manufacturing end of it. We were just distributors before.
Yeah.
And just worked and worked and worked. It's a family business. My first employee is my wife. I married her almost 28 years ago. And
no, you got it wrong, pal.
What's that?
You got it wrong. You're the employee.
Well, you're probably right.
You better get it straight, dude, because you're going to be
right.
unemployed pretty soon if you don't figure that one out.
Well, here's the deal. I want to think I'm the boss. Okay? That doesn't mean I am. But, it's good to think that. But at any rate, we've just expanded. And we're a small company, over 15 employees, and we've just been doing for a long time. I lost my dad last year.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother.
And, I at least get to say this to a lot of people. A lot of people don't have this, so this is a blessing. I got to work with my dad and be around him every day.
Wow.
For about 30 years.
Beautiful.
And that's just an awesome blessing. It really is.
Yeah. Well, my producer's crying right now, and I'm about to cry. I'm trying to hold it together over here. That's a beautiful story. Okay. So the good thing is, see, what I'm trying to prove here, Dale, is that you're a businessman. You would not be in business for 28 years if you didn't know how to balance a checkbook, eke out a profit, pay for yourself and your employees, and run a business, which is the basic knowledge and common sense that we need applied in Washington. I don't know if you saw that report last week. 76% of people serving, quote-unquote, serving our country in Washington, actually.
Yeah.
Most of them. They don't have any idea what they don't have any idea about economics. They never studied economics. They don't have a small business. They don't have any sense whatsoever when it comes to business ideas.
I agree, and I believe actually, and that was one of the things. The folks in Washington, pretty much what I consider, live in a bubble. And And they simply is, and you are correct, and almost any business could tell you the same thing, and would tell you the same thing, and that is very simply, if we ran our businesses like the government runs their business, we wouldn't be in business.
Stand for.
It's that simple. And unfortunately, what is occurring is it's becoming harder and harder for businesses to stay in business and make that profit, which they have to do to be able to pay those employees and all these various things that you have to do on a continuous basis. And yet it seems like the folks in Washington, for the most part, I mean, there's exceptions, but for the most part, they don't hear this. They don't see this. And I think it's just time that, it's not working. That's obvious. So I think it's time for the regular folks to say, okay, you've had your shot at this thing, but now it's time for you to move on because you didn't get it done. So let's get some other people up there that might have some better ideas, and let's just take it from there.
10-4, that's what we need. We need to send citizens, we more than just educated as far as Ivy League educations. We need folks educated on our values, our Constitution, and who have the common sense of knowing how to manage money, and if they're in business, even better. That would be awesome. Let me take a quick break and apply a little bit of capitalism here and pay some bills, and we'll return with Dale Brigham. He is on the very northern edge, the northern fringe of our District 15, Congressional District 15. Presently, it's Ruben Hinojosa, Democrat, who's the congressman there. But Dale is a Republican, and it's going to be one of several names on the Republican ballot next spring during the primary. He would like to receive that nomination to run against Ruben Hinojosa. We'll continue our conversation with Dale. And, hey, any questions, Freddie will field those right now. 800-580-8255.